This is LaserBolt and welcome to today's video, guys. Today we're going to be going over what I believe to be the best PvP weapons currently right now in the game. And this is due to the fact that Trials is just around the corner. So if you're farming and you're trying to get something to be able to participate in Trials this weekend and for the weekends to come, then these are definitely the weapons you're going to want to make sure you have. We're going to break this video down within the kinetic weapon slot. We're also going to be going over the energy weapon slot, and we're also going to be covering, of course, the power slot. But all these weapons are going to be for each individual player. Like if you guys like shotguns, if you guys like fusion rifles, pulse rifles, we're going to cover every single thing. I'm not going to go over roles because I don't want to extend the video too long, but I'm going to tell you guys what are the best weapons for each particular slot. So if all this sounds like something you're definitely interested, a like would be greatly appreciated, and let's go and talk about it. All right, kicking off the kinetic weapon slot, guys, we have one hand cannon that a lot of you guys should be looking out for, which is called the steady hand. This is by far a very good weapon. It comes with really good aggressive frame, which is going to make it a high damage, high recoil, and optimized for long distance shooting. It comes with a really good impact and definitely a weapon you need to have in your arsenal. And this particular weapon could be attained by the Iron Banner. The next weapon we're going to be talking about is called the VULPECULA. This is a very good weapon to have. This is actually one of the most farmable and easy ones to obtain currently right now, just because there are multiple ways to actually get this. You could actually get them from the Umbra Ingram. You could do it by farming the Astral. So this is actually pretty good if you want to just farm the Astral alignment or just do the Umbra Ingram. This is a very good one to get as well. Once again, this is another precision frame, which is going to be very important. A little bit different than the aggressive frame we had with the first weapon I recommended. Precision frame is actually good because it lets you control the recoil pattern of the weapon a lot more better and predict the vertical of it as well. Very high, very good when it comes to accuracy, and it comes with a really good amount of impact. Not as much impact as the steady hand, but still a very valuable weapon. The next weapon we're going to be talking about, of course, the one that has almost always been and will almost always be, right, which is the last word. This is definitely one of the best weapons currently still in the game, guys. Even after so many years, this weapon has been able to maintain its dominance in the Crucible. And if you haven't been able to get your hands on a and the last word, now it's time to do the exotic quest called the Draw, and this will give you the last word. Super easy to do. You could actually complete this before even Trials comes out, so definitely keep in mind. Now, I was going to mention the Hawk Moon, but with the whole glitch with the Hawk Moon, I'm not mentioning that because I'm pretty sure that's going to be fixed by the time Trials comes out, so I didn't want to put it within this category. Another weapon I want to recommend is the Judgment. This is a hand cannon that you're able to obtain, of course, from the Prophecy as well. Easily farmable and easily obtainable, so I highly recommend you guys definitely try to get your hands on this one. Really good hand cannon and one that you should put in your arsenal. The next one, guys, we're going to be taking a look at is a scout rifle called the Dead Man's Tail. Now, this is a scout rifle, and it's an exotic one this time around. And this one comes with a really good perk. And you're going to be able to get this from the exotic mission called the Presage, and you'll be able to get your hands on this amazing looking scout rifle. And it's really good. If you guys like scout rifles, make sure you hit those high targets at longer distance. Comes with a 14 magazine. This is actually a pretty good weapon. The next weapon we're going to be talking about is called the RIISWALKER. Now, the RIISWALKER, guys, is a shotgun that you're also able to obtain from Iron Banner. So if you haven't been able to get this from Iron Banner, you probably won't be able to get it right now until it comes back. But the RIISWALKER is actually one of the best shotguns currently right now in the game. Really good, really powerful, really potent. Highly recommend you guys definitely go ahead. If you have one, dust it off and bring it into the Crucible. And then we're going to be talking about the Messenger. Now, the Messenger is a pulse rifle that you can put up in your kinetic slot. This is actually obtained from Trials. So if you're a returning player and you probably already have this in your arsenal, I would check if you have a really good roll on it and see if you might want to dust it out for this time in Trials. These pulse rifles are still pretty solid in the Crucible, and this is definitely a high tier one that I want to recommend. The next one I recommend is one that I've been having a ton of fun with, which is the Peace Bond. This is a very good sidearm. I find it very amazing. I gave it a 10 out of 10 in my review, so I highly recommend you guys definitely try it out. If you want to get a little bit more insight about that weapon, check out my review. This is also obtained by the Iron Banner, and this weapon is disgusting. It does such really good damage. The next weapon I want to recommend you guys is the CHROMA Rush. Now, you're going to be able to obtain this by override, or you could obtain this by the Focus Umbra Ingrams as well. This is a 720 RPM auto rifle, and it's actually pretty solid and really good in the Crucible. So if you haven't had a chance to actually get your hands on one of this, I would highly recommend it. That pretty much, guys, covers the kinetic slot. If there's a weapon that you think I should have included in here, let me know in the comment section down below what that is and why do you think it should definitely make the list. Let's go into the energy weapon. Of course, guys, for the energy weapon, the #1 reigning king right now in everything Crucible is the Vex MYTHOCLAST. The Vex MYTHOCLAST is amazing, guys. If you don't have your hands on the Vex MYTHOCLAST, you are losing out, because you definitely want to get your hands on this. It's just a really, really good weapon. In addition to that, guys, you're able to obtain this from the Vault of Glass, so it's pretty farmable. As long as you have 3 characters, you get a chance at it every, almost every week. So keep that in mind. So Vault of Glass, Vex MYTHOCLAST is definitely something you need to get your hands on for that one. But this one, super doper, good, awesome, amazing. Can't say enough. Almost everybody and their mom is going to be running this weapon, so just keep that in mind. Next up, guys, we're going to include the FELWINTER'S Light. You're going to be able to get this from the exotic kiosk in the tower. FELWINTER'S Light is still a pretty good weapon. If you haven't had a chance to get our hands on it, highly recommend you do. It's not D1 FELWINTER'S Light, but it's still amazing and very potent. Next weapon we have, guys, is the Adora. This is a sniper rifle, which is actually pretty solid, and one that I highly recommend you definitely get your hands on. Really good adaptive frame, so it's a really potent weapon. You're able to get this from the exotic kiosk in the tower as well. Next, we're going to have a hand cannon making its way in here, and this one, guys, is going to be coming courtesy of Trials of Osiris. So the hammer is actually a pretty good pistol that it's pretty solid, but if you're trying to do Trials, you probably don't have your hands on this one because you haven't been able to get this. But I still want to mention it in case you have it in your arsenal. The next one, guys, we're going to be talking about is the Found Verdict. Now, this is actually a pretty good one to pick up. This is also being obtained from the Vault of Glass raid. So if you haven't done the raid, now is the time to dust your knowledge on the raid and get into the Vault of Glass and try to get yourself a Found Verdict. Still pretty solid, very powerful as well. Next, we have another sniper, which is called the Frozen Orbit. This one you're actually able to obtain from Crucible, and this is actually a pretty good sniper and one you should definitely keep your hands on. The next weapon I want to recommend, guys, is the Long Walker. Now, this one it's a sniper rifle, and you're actually able to obtain this from the Prophecy loot table. So if you farm the first boss, that's where it's dropping. So I highly recommend you guys definitely give that a shot. It's a really good, solid sniper rifle and one that I recommend to have in your arsenal. Now onto the power weapons, guys, and let's start off with the WARDCLIFF coil. This is a very crazy, exotic rocket launcher. It's a random drop. You could actually get this from the exotic kiosk as well as the tower, but this is actually a very potent and powerful rocket launcher that I recommend you guys definitely pick up if you have so already. If you're running the Vex, you probably won't be able to run this one, so we're going to talk about other options you have. The other options you have is the corrective measure. The corrective measure is very powerful, very good. It's a very crazy machine gun, and it's by far one of the best ones currently right now in PvP. Crazy enough, right? It's actually pretty solid with the right rolls. You're going to be able to get this from the Vault of Glass raid. So start raiding up, guys. As you see, there's a lot of weapons to pick up from the Vault of Glass, so make sure you guys pick them up. The next one we have, guys, is the Bad Omens. This definitely has been one of the rocket launchers that has persisted and maintained its dominance. It comes as a random drop, and you're able to pick this in Gambit, and it's a very powerful rocket launcher, one that I highly recommend. It comes with the aggressive frame, so you're going to have that high damage, high recoil, so very powerful. And you also have Tomorrow's Answer, which is another rocket launcher that you're able to obtain from Trials of Osiris. But since you're probably going to use these weapons for Trials of Osiris, you probably don't have your hands on this one. But I highly recommend you guys definitely try to farm it now that you're going to be able to get your hands on Trials. Really good. Next one we have, guys, is the Heir Apparent. This is another machine gun, really crazy, really good. You're actually able to get this from the Guardian Games event, and is a very powerful exotic. But if you're running the Vex, you probably won't have a chance to actually run this in here. And there you guys have it. Those are the best current PvP weapons that we have right now going into Trials. Of course, once Trials comes out, we'll probably get more, test out the meta, see what's actually the playstyle and all that stuff. We'll probably update this video like in a week or two. So make sure you guys keep it locked on this channel. There's a weapon here that I didn't mention that I should have mentioned. Let me know in the comment section down below what that weapon is and why. I hope you guys are enjoying our Destiny coverage. You are doing the heat for you guys. Drop a comment, drop a like. But most importantly, subscribe to the channel. Turn on those notifications so you guys won't miss when videos go live. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you guys on the next video.